All right. Well, today I am here with Adam Waite, the minister of music at Montview Church. Hey,
Hi.
Adam. And we're just going to kind of catch up a little because I think I'm like most folks where I get to see you once a week do some music for the church service, which is really awesome. Big
Thank
fan.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
But really, we don't get an idea of like what else is going on. So update us.
Yeah, well, it's great to see you too, Linda. Even if you have been stalking me on the Montview at Home services, I'm glad though that you like the music.
Yes, yes.
Um, yeah, that's been a big part of what we've been doing each and every week is getting that music ready. Um, Obviously, we don't have choir right now. We don't have a lot of the other kind of larger ensembles, right, because of COVID issues. So we had to make a pretty quick pivot and think about, okay, how do we express Montview's music ministry through this new medium with these new restrictions in place? And it definitely threw us all for a loop at the beginning.
Understandably.
Oh my gosh. Um, but yeah, it's been enjoyable. I mean, it's actually in some ways it's been like the saving grace of my week because so much of the other opportunities to make music as a community or for a community are gone right now, which is really sad. But the early week we used to record on Tuesdays, now we record on Mondays. Is when we record the music. And it's, Barbara obviously will do her prelude and postlude. And then I'll come in and get to work with a huge range of folks, whether they be members in our congregation or professional musicians that have been associated with our congregation in the past. And it's really the highlight of my week to be there making music with them and to have John Gerner with us, who is a longtime Montview member, longtime member of the choir, and a professional cinematographer. He's been the one that's been filming all of the music segments and doing an amazing job putting it all together.
Yeah, I agree. And how many times do you guys have to do it? Is it are you one take wonders?
That's a great question. Is anybody going to be watching this?
No, no one.
Okay, good. It is not one take wonder. Sometimes it works out that way. And I will say that Barbara, more often than not, is a one-take wonder. John always says he likes to get two takes just for his coverage. He runs at least 4 different cameras,
Wow.
and sometimes he'll pull out a 5th camera. And when he's watching us play it through the first time, sometimes he sees something and he says, "Oh, I wish I had gotten that shot." So he always asks for 2 takes. And we feel like the standard when you're watching something on TV, on the internet, we feel like it's actually a little bit of a higher standard. There's a closeness, there's an intimacy up to it. As a result, you can hear the mistakes a little bit more than you might if you were just, seeing the music in the sanctuary or hearing the music in the sanctuary. And we don't want that to distract from our congregants' experience of the worship service.
Sure.
So we try to be pretty exacting, and we'll go back, and even if there's a part that we didn't feel that great about, we'll just maybe record that one little part, and then John will go back to his studio and edit it all together so it does come off as one take.
Wow.
Yeah, I just kind of revealed a big secret there.
Well, we all think a lot of you, but we are confident that you're human as well.
Yes, thank you.
So that's the Montview at home music. You've got and there's I see bell choir on occasion. That's able to happen on occasion.
Yeah, the bell choir has been, we've figured out, well, here's one ensemble that can still get together because everybody has their own bells and we can stand apart and we don't have to sing. Everybody has their masks on. And that's been a lot of fun to see the bell choir. And I will say that everybody that's come in to be a part of the Montview at Home, excuse me, everyone that's come in to be a part of the Montview at Home services, they all have the same experience where they're just so happy and so grateful to be back in the sanctuary, back making music, knowing that it's going to go out to our congregation. And that's been really that's been really special to watch. Just different folks come in that I haven't seen for a couple of months, and just smile on their face and the chance to be together.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
So having to be minister of music during these weirdo times, if you had to sort of prep someone to go through what you've had to go through the last 6 months, how would you prep someone, or what have you learned about this
Bourbon. Don't have children. Drink alcohol.
Okay, all right. I'm writing these down. Hang on.
Yeah. Oh, this is gold stuff. I guess one of the things it's that kind of weird combination between, you have to be open to understand, okay, what's going on, but then you also have to be decisive. I feel you can't necessarily wait around forever to make some decisions on some of these things. You just have to kind of go for it, and and be willing to change if it's not the right fit. But I feel like with so much up in the air, some of that decisiveness has been helpful for us. The fact that we decided very early on that we were not going to try to live stream our services, that we would make Montview at Home a pre-recorded service, which we saw as that will allow us the ability to put forward a worship service that's more consistent with what people expect when they come to Montview. The live streaming thing just seemed really rife with technical problems, and it would be hard to create that level of intimacy that we thought we could get across through the Montview at Home pre-recorded service.
Yeah.
So we made that decision very early on, and that's something I'm happy that we did. And yeah, I think that would be my main advice.
Yeah. Well, so what's going to happen next? Anything on the horizon?
Yeah, well, we've started up our outdoor worship services, and those have been meeting every Sunday. It's funny to try to find a time that works, without it being roasting hot out there, but not being too late that, some of our older members don't feel comfortable coming. And so right now we've settled on our 6 o'clock time, but that will be changing once we get into October. We're going to move things earlier and kind of hopefully just settle on an afternoon time. We're actually about to add a second service.
Great.
Then the popular folks are starting to catch on and are coming. So that's been really nice. I've, even though musically, I'm on either Barbara or myself is out there on a little Casio keyboard. Can't say it's like, the peak of my musical career to this point. But it's just so nice to make music in front of the congregation again and feel that community, because that's what obviously a big part of what we're missing as staff of this wonderful congregation is just the chance to be in community together. We're obviously glad that the Montview at Home service is reaching out to folks, but we're kind of almost doing it in a little bit of a bubble. We're not obviously seeing the congregation like we normally would. So Sunday night or Sunday early evening, about to be Sunday afternoon, is a great opportunity for that.
Thank you for being so precise.
Well, you got it. That's, yeah.
Well, what about you personally? Have you done anything creative during this time? Have you had the bandwidth for anything like that?
Bits and pieces here and there, writing a little bit, some compositions. And I think Montview at Home itself has allowed some creativity that I otherwise might not have, like the chance to get in there and record Bruce Springsteen and or to have some of my arrangements recorded by the quartet, or to do some really wonderful jazz things with Joe Fokey and Shane Ensley, who are like the best jazz musicians in Denver. So not as much, this concept of, all this free time you're going to have in a pandemic, those are, again, people with no children that are saying that.
Okay.
Or their children are grown up, or maybe they're just ignoring their children.
It could be a lot of things. We don't know. Well, and if there's a suggestion box anywhere, one thing I've always longed for, particularly with the bell choir, is maybe some arena rock. Wouldn't that be fun? Like,
a little AC/DC,
or getting Rolling Stones, that kind of stuff.
How about Hell's Bells?
There you go. Smells, smoke on the water. I don't know, whatever, So just put that in there. Okay.
Thanks, Linda.
See what comes out.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Well,
really
anything else you want to share?
You really have the pulse of the congregation.
I do. I'm right there. I'm so typical. Yes. Well, thank you, Adam, for spending time with me today and just updating everybody and kind of what's going on in the music department and in your head.
Yeah.
And we'll do this again, okay?
That sounds great. You can, send me the bill for the therapy, and okay. I appreciate it. No, Linda, it's really great to see you, and we all on the staff, thank you for what you're doing for having these interviews and catching up with folks. I think it's, and your work on the communications committee, we really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
All right. Bye.